Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to go into the NARS Blush and into the shade that everybody has been talking about, the orgasms. So is it actually worth the money? Is it worth the hype? Because everybody was like grabbing it, putting their hands on it, and we're going to test it out to see if it's actually worth it or not. So before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to my channel for a whole lot of content every single week on beauty, lifestyle, and more. So let's get to blushing. All right, the NARS Blush. So this little bad boy right here, this is just a sample. I got it with my points for 100 points, but you can buy it for the full version for $39 Canadian. And it is a silky, soft finish that has a pinky undertone that will apparently make it just very, very natural, like it comes from within. And this was an award-winning pressed powder that delivers healthy looking color that will flatter any skin tone. And of course, there's a lot of shades. There's not only this one, of course, there's multiple, like deeper, darker. There's also mini versions like this one. So looking at it from this angle, I feel like this one is not completely matte. It has a little bit of shimmers in there, so it is a very pinky peachy tone, the orgasm shade, and there is some gold kind of shimmers into the blush. So as you can see, like there's some reflect on the side and it looks really, really pretty. So it is a pretty shade that I feel like it would fit a lot of different skin tones. But the thing is this pigmented? Is this buildable? Is it long wearing? I did test it out for, a couple of days before that just to make sure like what I thought about this product. And I'm just gonna go straight into it. As you can see, I only have some bronzer. I don't have any blushes under. Not cream, nothing, just my base and my bronzer. So I'm just gonna go into it and I'm gonna swirl to pick up the pigment. So I can look at my brush and I do see a little bit of pigment coming on to the brush. And I'm just gonna swirl it. When you swirl, you can get more pigment out of your blush. So we're just gonna tap, tap, tap. And see what it does. I do have a lot of makeup on at the moment, and what I can say is, first impressions, it is a very, I would say, natural looking blush. As you can see, like you can see a little tiny bit of blush here and then you see nothing, but there's almost no difference at the first swipe. And you can see a little tiny bit of shimmers on my skin. It blends really well with my foundation that I have at the moment. Let's see if I can build it up a little bit more by picking the pigment. And I have a fluffy brush for this one. I do have other brushes, but I wanted to see if I can really have like a pop of color on my cheeks. I feel like the nice thing about this blush is that it blends really well with all the layers that you have underneath. So I had like foundation, concealer, and then a lot of powders. And then I feel like it doesn't look chalky. It doesn't look weird in any way, shape, or form, especially when you look up close in here. You can see a little tiny bit of shimmers, but not enough to like enhance any texture on my skin. So that's quite nice so far. I don't know. Here you can see a little bit more. It's like a more natural blush coming from within. I'm used to very vibrant and pigmented blush, so this is more like on the natural, cute type of side. So I'm not used to it, but it's definitely a very, very pretty blush. And then it says, glide over areas where the sun hits naturally for highlight, for contour, create definition by starting at the temple, sweeping in for pop, swipe color onto the apples of the cheeks and swirl in a circular motion, layering to your desired intensity. So the thing is, with my skin type, I do have a lot of acne underneath. It's saying to swirl like this to add some pigment. So I'm going to try it. Hopefully it doesn't move. But with my acne and texture, I kind of don't want to remove anything under, so we'll see if it removes anything. So you can definitely see a little bit more pigment. If you tap, there's going to be kind of like a limit, but then if you swirl like they say, you're going to have a little bit more pigment on your cheeks. But it's like the third layer that I put on my skin at the moment, and usually I do put a lot more than that. I know it's crazy when I say this, I put a lot more, but it's a very, I feel, natural shade for me and just very, very subtle. So you see the difference. I have a little bit of blush here and I have not that much, nothing over here. So what do you guys think about this blush so far? What I'm going to do, I think, is I will be closing one light in the back so you can see kind of like the effect with less light on my skin. So I closed one light. It is not the most flattering light, but as you can see, I don't know if you can see it. Like, I don't know what I look like in the monitor right now. But you can see a little bit more of the dimension and the sparkle coming through, depending on the angle that you have. It's a very pretty blush. I feel like there's pink, but I feel like there's a little tiny bit of purple coming through, and there's the golden tone to it. So that's why it's like a multi-dimensional type of blush. That's why I feel like a lot of people like this color, because it can suit so many skin tone. It's cute. I mean, it's cute. Let me apply the other side real quickly. All right, so I finished applying my blush. I did put a lot at the moment, so you can see the true colors with the lights and everything. And even in real life, it's really not that bad. It mixes well with the bronzer. It doesn't look weird because, you know, sometimes when we put a blush on top of a bronzer, it kind of becomes dirty or ashy. This one doesn't do that, which is absolutely amazing. But the only thing I think negative I have to say about this blush is that it is too buildable. Like, it's a love-hate relationship with that, because if I want a very, very subtle blush, like, that would be the perfect blush, but I'm not that type of person usually. I love a lot of blush, and it takes a little bit of time to build up the blush, but the nice thing about it being that buildable is that it will always look flawless when you're building it up, and it will blend with everything else. So there's like a downside to the upside. And if you don't mind, and if you just like a little tiny bit of blush, not that intense, because now I did put a lot, but if you like that, you know, it's up to you. You do what you want to do, you know. I will definitely continue using it. Do I recommend it? I feel like it's a very nice blush. I feel like a lot of people are gonna like this color since, you know, it's been hyped up and everything. The color looks nice. And NARS products are usually very, very good. So even as an eyeshadow, if you think this is too small, because this is a mini version, and then this is my brush, and you see like it's covering everything, I really have to swirl. And to apply it, you really have to go swirl and pick up the pigment for it to be pigmented. So that's another thing. And to swirl it on my acne prone skin sometimes can be scary because of my acne, and it can remove kind of like the pigment under. So that's a scary thing that I have when I'm using these types of blushes. But if you have perfect skin, if you don't have any acne, if you're using like a foundation that doesn't have a lot, like it stays on, like the one that I have right now, then you won't have to worry. But just try to pat for the most possible, and it's gonna look amazing on you. So anyways, I really recommend this blush. I feel like it's a really nice one. Like as many blushes that you can see, you can buy. If you don't put like a cream base under, it will kind of dissipates away on your makeup. That's totally normal. Throughout the day, it just kind of disappears. That's why I put a lot of blush on my skin. That's the first reason why. That's how life is. Blush is the first thing to go on your makeup. So it doesn't go that quickly. Like, I'm not gonna say like 2 seconds and it's gone. No, it stays on pretty long. It's just bring it with you if ever, you know, with a little brush. But that goes with every single blush, powder blushes that you put at the end. That's going to be what you have to do. So anyways, tell me down below if you ever tried NARS blushes before, NARS bronzers, NARS products. I have other reviews of NARS products down below if you want to go check them out, or at the end of the video. Tell me down below which one is your favorite one. And if you like this video, make sure to put a big thumbs up. It would mean the world to me if you do that. And make sure to subscribe to my channel for a whole lot of content every single week on beauty, lifestyle, and more. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye, guys.